Hello, everyone. Tale of Two Countries. I just wanted to contrast how these two countries are approaching or addressing a problem in their own way. Um, I'm going to add my commentary to it as well, uh, but and it's not about giving solutions. Um, Whatever the solution is, it's not absolute in nature. In other words, there is no right or wrong here. You just have to choose least worst option. Uh, yeah, the first country in question is United States. New England, which is a state in USA, is energy crisis waiting to happen. And why are they saying this? It's because the the measures that government has taken to fulfill the energy needs. I should say they have measures they haven't taken to fulfill the energy needs. I guess that's probably more appropriate. Now it talks about, what are the optimal body temperature and in the New England state or Boston, Massachusetts. Um, and what are the average high temperatures throughout the year and the average low temperatures throughout the year. And as you can see, there have been time or years where average lows is always lower than normal body comfort zone. And even in the years where the temperatures are high, it they the you know the comfortable range lasts between only middle of May to middle of September, middle of September, yes. And for the rest of the year, then you have to basically burn energy to keep the temperatures in comfortable zone, whether it's in your car or in your house or in an office building. Uh, yes, now the article is talking about is that New England electrical energy grid nearly collapsed during cold snaps in late December 2017 and early January 2018. So, in other words, there wasn't enough electricity generation, so they were planning on uh, blackouts or brownouts. About one third of New England's electricity comes from burning oil. Um, so, while the disaster was averted, it was barely done so. Grid was hours away from rolling blackouts before the weather thankfully turned warmer. Just sheer luck there. Now it doesn't stop there. They had a few nuclear power plants, which helps with the baseline energy needs. And they shuttered in 2019 Pilgrim Nuclear Power Station. So now state is left with only two nuclear power facilities, and there are no plans to build more. It doesn't even stop there. There is they basically virtually every attempt to expand the region's natural gas pipeline infrastructure has been delayed, blocked, or abandoned. So, either these fossil fuel activists have been successful in blocking through regulations or lawsuits the natural gas infrastructure. It doesn't even stop there. So Maine killed, which is neighboring state, killed an electricity transmission line project that would have brought renewable hydropower from Quebec to Massachusetts. Now this is renewable. I can't for the love of God find why would they not allow this? Be as it may, the funny thing is, solution is just only a few hundred miles away. The most prolific natural gas producing region on Earth, Appalachian Basin. So this is where the gas is needed, and this is where the gas is available, but no gas pipeline infrastructure. Well, then the solution they have uh, are relying on, or they don't have, they are relying on, is importing the gas from outside of the country, which is far worse. They aren't even importing it within the country, and that is because of this 1920 act called Jones Act. It's a controversial law, Merchant Marine Act. And what does it say? It says that for all the domestic supplies between two domestic ports, it has to be on US built, owned, and crewed ship. That's what the law says. So again here, a key stipulation of the law is that foreign owned ships cannot transport goods between two US ports. It has to be only ships, it has to be only via ships built, owned, and crewed by Americans. What does that mean? If US doesn't have its own LNG carriers, which it doesn't, uh, so you have to import it from outside of the country, and that is acceptable, even though it is more expensive. I mean, how crazy is that? So yeah, I would recommend you guys going through this article. It's a really nice one. I'm going to put the link in the description below. But let's move on to the other country in question, which is China. And China is firing up coal power plants, fossil fuel based, unlike these Western economies who are shutting down all these non clean fuel based power plants, whether it is gas or coal or even nuclear. They don't consider that as renewable. They consider as it unclean source of fuel. Whereas China, because it has energy needs, they are a growing economy. They want to run their industry and economy. They have much higher need of electricity, so they are putting power plants which they can easily and cheaply build. And this is one of those examples. So Shanghai Miao plant, located in country's top coal producing region in Inner Mongolia, has started on Tuesday, first of the 4,000 megawatt units. So it sounds like it's a 4 gigawatt power plant, and they have just started one first gigawatt unit. Plant will supply power to country's eastern coastal Shandong province. So yeah, uh, and as I said in the beginning of the video, there is no right or wrong here. You just have to choose the least worst option. And I think I've been you know saying this over and over again that by all means do your virtue signaling, but have the alternates available first. If you have sun power, if you have I'm sorry, wind power available, if you have battery banks ready to supply the energy during the times when either wind or solar is not available, and you have all of that in sufficient quantity, by all means, don't don't use hydel, don't use coal, don't use gas, don't use nuclear, whatever you consider as unclean. But if you don't have that alternates available, how are you going to fulfill the demand, make the service or goods available to the public? Whereas China is taking a different approach that, this is the best that can be cheaply made available to the public or the industry or the businesses. They are going for it. And it's not like they are not aware that this is unclean fuel. It's going to cause greenhouse gas emissions, a lot of smoke and smog in the air, a lot of particulate matter in the air as well. But guess what? In such circumstances, you can think of, alternate measures. Let's put some technological solutions to reduce that particulate matter in the air. Let's um, use a solution to reduce the content in the coal, that sulfur or whatever that causes more greenhouse gas emissions. You can look into those, but there is no solution. And it would be a saner choice to go with coal if you don't have the alternates available. And I'm not suggesting either or. Look, again, I'm not saying there is an answer. All I'm saying is uh, you have to look for least worst choice. It reminds me of a SAT essay I had to write. I think it was like, should we stop child labor or something? Should that be banned, and or should you not purchase the things that are made using child labor? Well, yes, you can, but where the child labor is common, those child or kids, they they don't have options to do anything else. They are going to starve of hunger if they don't work. It's not like their parents have money and yet they are doing child labor. It's for the very reason because they don't have money they are doing child labor. And if you start purchasing those things, well, then they can't even earn their, whatever meager money that they were earning before. And again, there is no answer. I'm not trying to suggest that we should be supporting child labor just because it helps them um, have some sort of living. No, no, not at all. But there is no answer to these questions. We have to look for least worst choice. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Please share yours in the comment section below. I'm going to put these two article links in the description. Share, and I will see you next time. Bye.